here again, the Jake and Josh show. We're going to be discussing.
Sorry, no, I don't know why I did that. Go ahead.
Okay, your ADHD.
Yeah,
It's
ADHD.
getting the better of you, right? Okay, so we're talking about this guy. I don't know his name, but he's not a prankster.
No, he's not. He's made that
Made that very clear. He's not a prankster in the slightest. Okay, you call him a prankster, he feels disrespected.
Also, if you don't like him, just don't watch him.
Don't watch him. Don't talk to him. As a matter of fact, we're doing exactly what he said not to do. But we're just dangerous guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We like to live on the edge. We like to do things that people don't like.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna I would probably just say I'm gonna watch it. What are you gonna do about it, pussy?
Yeah, it's okay. All right, my fault.
You know, this is the first person I've ever seen. There's been a few people like this that get me.
We're talking before we continue.
Yeah,
we're talking about this guy. Do you remember his name?
No.
Okay.
And then we should keep it like that. Let's not even name him.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's this guy. He does.
I'll put up clips of him. Yeah.
He does vlogging pranks.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
You know, where he walks up to people, and the first one I saw is where he walked up to a homeless guy, asked him if he was hungry.
Yeah.
Went and bought him food, and then right in front of him ate the food that he bought him.
Or another guy, he pretended to be a homeless person and then asked someone for money for food. They gave it to him, and he was like, "Well, it's a good thing that you gave me the money, or else I would have bashed your skull open with a rock." Okay. He brings a small kitten to some sort of a kennel or a veterinary clinic, and he says, "I want to give this cat up. If not, I'm going to shove it into a blender and turn it on." Like weird shit like that. I don't even know how old this guy. I think he's 23.
He gets the woman riled up in the
Yeah.
video, and she obviously really wants to take the cat because she doesn't know what the heck's going on with this guy. She knows that
He was like, "If you catch an attitude, you're definitely not getting this cat back." She's like, "Well, what are you planning on doing?" He goes, "I'm just gonna put it in a blender." She goes, "All right, so I'm definitely calling the police."
like, if you call the police,
Yeah.
you're definitely not getting the cat. Like, I don't have to give you this cat. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I was like, yo, bro, this guy is, he's doing a lot. There's another one where he walks up to people. He walks up to people's videos with a can of gasoline. Apparently it's just water in there, and he pretends like he's gonna light the car.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And then
The guy was like, "You better hope it was water, not gasoline."
he did that to this one guy's car. He almost got shot on the spot. Like, it was crazy.
Guys like this used to, I feel like, shoot like small animals in their basement with BBs, and
There's actually a video of him doing that.
Yeah, this guy probably just, and I feel almost a little bit bad for him because if he's doing all this type of stuff, you gotta feel like he had such a bad upbringing, right? At some point, his mom didn't hug him enough. Like, something happened that went haywire. That was not right with this guy.
There might have. I mean, there's also those weird instances where like
Everything's fine. The parents are really nice,
and then something was just off.
Yeah, I just don't like losers. And I'm going to call this guy a loser because he was also allegedly caught talking to a 13-year-old when he was 23. I'm going to say it like this: losers like that guy, which is crazy. That if we separate the alleged evidence, you could still be like, this guy's a fucking loser. This guy's a loser.
Like, it's definitely a weird.
And so this guy now feels kind of a similar take to Agent on Playboy. It's like this guy now and other guys like that feel emboldened to just go and do whatever they want on the street because it gets them. I don't even think this guy has that many likes.
No, it's funny. It's funny because Agent said so that he was
risking your life over no likes at all. It's true, but that's the thing, dude. It's like 2,000 likes is to do that, or 2,000, not even 2,000 likes, 2,000 views. 2,000 views.
Maybe 100 views.
Yeah, and
I mean,
all over,
likes, yeah.
all of that for nothing. And you know what? It pisses me off. It's another level. I'll take this because I don't want to just have the normie take. It's like I'll talk to my parents a lot. And this is the guy that they think our generation is. Like, this is what the older generation is like. Yeah, we got all these people going around, blah, 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 blah. Like, this guy is just such a bad example of literally the worst possible example to set, not only for younger kids coming up, but for older generations that we're supposed to, they're saying, all right, we're going to leave the world in your hands, and we have guys like this running around. Now, granted, there are people in their generation like that, and it's always going to find a different form, but it's just, it's so disheartening that we as the internet can't just come around, because this guy probably has fans. If I had to profile this guy, and I don't really know this guy at all, obviously, but he's probably one of these really creative people that just is really fucked up. I bet. I'd be willing to bet a good amount of money that that's his predicament. That's the plight that he's in. I don't understand why the internet can't just say, all right, let's not give this guy any attention. And I know we're talking about him, but we're not going to try to include his name. I don't know. I feel like this even with negative attention, people like this should not be rewarded.
People view it, man. Everybody's curious. There's just so many people in the world, man. There's probably, like, to your point, there's probably a lot of people that would view it and be like, wow, this is quality content.
a lot of shithead 14-year-olds that don't know better.
Unfortunately, right? You know, some people view them and be like, this is quality content, you know, but morally, it's just like, dude, what are we really doing? You know, you have videos of you saying crazy things about cats.
This is one of the only people, and there's been a few people that get me like this on the internet, where if I saw that guy, I would genuinely want to
say what's, you know,
like spit in his face.
Yeah, bro, what's up, bro?
Yeah, like he seems like such a vile, not right human being. And on the other side of it, I'm sure there's got to be something that made him this way. Nobody shoots animals and like steps. Didn't he say he stepped on him? He stepped on the rabbit until it passed out or died.
Allegedly stepping on him.
There's something not right there.
Died, you know. And then the camera guy's saying, you know, I'm not uncomfortable. You know, and he's like, no, bro, this is good.
Yeah,
bro. It's good, bro.
Shoots it with the BB gun. It's twitching, and then he takes his boot and puts it on the neck of the rabbit or whatever it is, the bunny, the rabbit.
Allegedly, because neither myself.
No, it's recorded.
Oh, I mean,
I haven't seen it.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'll try to find and post it.
Well, maybe you don't want to post that.
Nah, but like a pixelated version.
Okay. Well,
I want to ensure the video exists, so we're doing our due diligence.
Okay.
But I'm not going to show it because I wouldn't want to see that myself. So I'll have to put myself through that to. But yeah, dude, go ahead. My fault.
If I was just to say anything about this guy personally, I mean, I don't know him. I don't know what he's got going on. I can only judge him based off of what I've seen him do online. And for somebody for numerous reasons carries himself, you know, a specific way in person, and I try to carry myself a specific way on camera. You know, I care about people are viewing of me, you know, and I don't even like when I'm editing like my Fortnite videos and I hear myself cursing too much, you know, because like that's not really me.
I don't like to curse. Like I'm trying to cut down on that, but this guy just makes me so.
You know what I mean? No. I'm just saying I know. So on the other scale, there's people who make content like that, and it's like it's okay for them to do stuff like that. Like it's one thing if it's like a prank channel and like you do something and it's like, hey, listen, man, I know I was pranking you here. Let me give you this back as a way of saying, like, I'm sorry, just messing around.
Yeah.
You know. And then if we're really talking about pranks, we're talking about the whole of pranks. Once upon a time, you had pranks that were like necessarily harmless.
I think it's always been. There's been even going back to the Sam Pepper days. Sam Pepper used to do stuff like this. I don't think ever to the extreme of. It's not even a prank. It's just abusing an animal, shooting it with a BB gun, and then. You have to be. I think there has to be something hateful about that, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely a little off. You got to watch that guy for real.
I think there was some point where he got arrested. I don't know if he's currently. I'll put it up on post.
He did get arrested.
But I
don't know if he's still in there.
But just, the more I want to be very angry at this guy. And if I saw him, I'd want. But I do feel as though for a young man to be going around doing this, maybe this is we're both two very. It's funny that we both. Are very kind of idealistic individuals, but we both have different views of what an idealistic world would look like. But I think we can both agree that no young man should be doing this. A guy that's our age, and that makes you want to say, all right, well, what happened to us, Josh? And I'm not saying we're moral grandstanding. I'm certainly not shooting animals and then stepping on them until they died.
I'm not.
But that begs the question: it's like, what changed from him to us? And I don't think if I was a betting man, I would put money down on the fact that it's probably something that happened in his upbringing. Like maybe his mom didn't hug him enough. Maybe his dad never told him he was enough. Maybe his dad even beat him.
I don't know. It's funny what people will do for content.
Yes,
you know, and
validation.
It's like it brings out the selling your soul argument. You know, you're selling your soul for this content, and you're making yourself look despicable for content just to get publicity, just to get people talking about you. And I mean, here we are talking about him. So to an extent, it's working, but it's like at what cost? You know what I mean? And then you got the other guy who was in England, right? Walking into people's house, like filming himself, like doing breaks.
And then he tried to go on Piers Morgan, did the Uno reverse card. There's just been one gigantic social experiment. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on. There's no social experiment. You just wanted to do stupid stuff online.
Are you serious, dude? Yeah. Are you serious? And then when people start retaliating, right? When people start like, what if he did that? Think about it this way: if it was in Texas. Right, when people are licensed to carry, and that guy who's like walking into people's houses, say he did that, and they blew him away, right? Or just put him through something to put him in the hospital.
I don't even want that to happen.
I'm not saying I want that to happen.
Maybe if he gets the brakes beat off of him. Like the one time, if just a group of people just like he pours water on someone's car, and they all just like.
Well, that's the other guy. That's the other guy. You know?
I wouldn't.
But the thing is. Wherever he is, he did that, and a guy had a gun on him. He could have been blown away. You know what I mean? And and nobody. Like that's the thing. It's like nobody. I don't want that to happen to the guy. But then if you,
it would be one of those, and it's happened before, especially in this prank scene, where a story like that comes out, like a guy in a killer clown suit, I think one time came out of dude with a knife, and the dude just like pulled out, and it's not going to be made into a political thing. Because that's funny. It was one of the things where kind of everyone can agree upon, especially with how much divisiveness there is about guns in America right now. It's funny that those instances are like, yeah, well, dude, you like poured, in this instance, like you poured gas.
I'm not saying either
the guy
side
thought you
is
were pouring gasoline on his car.
I'm not
what
saying,
do you think is going to happen?
Threaten to blow it up. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that the guy is right for blowing you away, but you asked for it. You know,
Yes.
You literally walked into that, and to make matters worse, just to seem like the cool guy, he goes, yo, the guy with the gun is like, yo, man, like, you being real dumb, you son of a b, like, I would have blown you away. And
the guy was like, so just like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, and the guy's like,
you son of a gun.
And then he responds to him was like, fuck you, pussy.
Yeah.
It's like,
the guy has a gun.
Like, he's already established that he was about to pop you.
You know what this is, dude? This guy might just be like suicidal or something.
You know what I mean? He's asking for it, but
Yeah.
he's got a death wish, dude. He's trying to wrap up life quick.
You know what's crazy is if this guy was white, he'd be like, well, tonight will be the night. Mom, get the fuck out of my room! I'm angsty.
I'm glad you made the joke and not me.
You can make that job. I'm not, let's call a spade, dude. If he was white, he'd be like on the band or something.
On the band, bro.
Playing the trumpet, the saxophone.
Fucking hate my life.
Fucking hate my life. What is to live? What is to die?
That's a stereotypical emo. I don't know what's good with that kid. Honestly, he's either got a lot of learning to do or he needs a therapist. And I hope he figures it out before he gets in jail permanently or gets blown away.
Dude, I want to end it off with this. Like, what do you think's gonna fucking happen to this guy? Dude, like, digital footprint, man.
One of the two.
Think about it. Nobody's gonna hire him, dude. There's literally video. If what we're led to believe is true, there's video of him stepping on and suffocating an animal. There's video of him pretending to pour gas. All of the, and we kind of had a subject. I don't know when that video is ever going to come out, Josh. I'm going to be honest, I can't reference that video. The editing video where we talked about your editing style not being, or you're just having too much personality for some of these bigger corporations. Mm-hmm. That is true. That runs true amongst most things, right? They look for individuals, but not individualism. Like, they want certain traits, I think, in a person. And if I'm if I'm a higher up at like Microsoft or something, and this guy wants to get a job in, once he wisens up in like 6-7 years, right?
Once he gets it together.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, let me just do a quick, because they do background checks. And I know someone from SiriusXM seen this show. Someone's watched this show, for sure.
Checked it out,
They're going to see all that stuff and be like, and I don't want to be this boomer guy that's like, digital footprint, but they're going to see that. And if I'm there, I'm like,
people
no way.
That. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It doesn't matter if it's like a boomer thing or not. It's a real thing.
And he's like, I would be like, no way I'm letting this guy's a potential hazard. If he's, that's like psychotic behavior.
Yeah.
That's the beginning. Like, a lot of well-known and well-documented serial killers, I don't know about a lot, but I know it's a common trait that they start off
with animals.
The more I think about it, the more I'm sure that there's something just went wrong with this kid's upbringing, to where he's so led astray. Because think about it, he's willing to do whatever he can to A, get validation, and B, he's lashing out against animals, so that's just a whole other bucket of worms that you have to, crack open and investigate. It just, man,
it's not a good look.
He really ruined his future. I don't know if he has a future. I mean, he could. If he 360s.
If he straightens out,
yeah,
like at least at some point in the near future and just kind of disappears for a while.
Or if he did like a brand shift. Like, remember we talked about John Cabana on the podcast? Everyone loves John Cabana now. And I personally was...
name.
Yeah, dude, it's just such a cool name to morph into.
John Cabana, bro.
And now he just cleans pools, but he's like, I'm talking about the Lord, and everyone loves him. And he's so wholesome.
I mean, good for him.
If this kid comes out and was like, honestly, makes a channel, and his name is Gone Jabana... No, sorry. No.
All right, but here's my thing.
And he's completely... No, let me just get this off. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, this was me. I had a bad upbringing. I was completely just alienated from the world. I was angry. I was doing all these things for validation. But now I'm coming out. Maybe I'm speaking out against it. I'm going to schools. I feel like everyone respects him. But that's one of the few ways I think he turns this around, but it's not looking too good for him at the moment. I feel like.
Do you really hear anything from John Kaman? Does he hear any videos?
It's unfortunately it's not sexy this day and age to be. I think there's been an outcropping of more guys and girls that are kind of on the more, and I'll just say it, I'm not trying to be political, but on the more conservative traditional side that kind of would go out against all these shenanigans going on online.
No. But what I'm saying is he used to, for example, Boot Gang.
He was a lot more viral when he was doing these things. But there's a smaller subsection of communities where you could, I think, still make a career off of it. That's starting to crop up. That appreciate if you turn your life around and you live a much more viceless type of life.
What I'm getting at is, does he have a vlogging or video presence online? Does he have a YouTube?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I was just asking.
But it's not. It doesn't do the numbers that it used to.
Okay.
But also, you could have a conversation.
Right,
he sold his soul for the numbers. He didn't really have any long term. I'd say he probably has a much more long term and connected audience now than he did before. Audience is bigger but less connected, and then he kind of. Now he
was doing the crazy stunts where everybody wanted to see.
And now he's a lot more genuine and vulnerable.
If he, like I was saying back with the other kid that we don't know the name of, if he decided to follow in his footsteps and just kind of went off the good for a little bit and then came back after he'd been doing stuff, that might be in his favor. As well as even if he made the new channel and then started doing content and then just was not doing the crazy stuff and maybe doing smaller pranks and calmer things that aren't as crazy, and he's just kind of gaining traction that way. He might not get as much as a following, but he'll be helping his digital footprint, and it will inevitably lead him to be doing stuff like what John Cabana's doing.
Well, the path he's going down now, I feel like you don't need anyone to tell you that that's not A, it's not a long-term path, and B, it's a path that's going to lead to nowhere good.
Yeah. Agreed.
You want to end it off here for today?
I'm good.
That's for the episode for this week. Thank you so much. Let us know what you think down in the comment section below. Never say I don't have the hands. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. See you later.
I'm sorry for boxing you guys. We'll see you later.